Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm here to bring you my November TBR. I'm so excited. So before we get into my actual TBR, let's check in with how I did in October. So these were the books that I had on my October TBR. The first two I read in my reading books with similar covers to my favorite books vlog, which was probably one of my favorite videos that I filmed. It was so much fun. And so The Strange Case of the Alchemist's Daughter by Theodora Goss, I gave 5 stars. I'm obsessed with this book. If you're looking for a really great Victorian historical murder mystery detective girl gang vibes, this is amazing. It's definitely going to be a favorite for the year. And then The Library at Mount Char by Scott Hawkins. I think I'm settling on 4.5 stars. I really liked this. It was so weird. I don't even really know how to give like a very quick pitch for this book, so if you want to know more about either of these, you can go watch that video. I also read Horrid by Katrina Leno in that video, but that wasn't part of my October TBR. But I gave that one 4 stars, and I really liked it if you're looking for a YA ghost horror. So then I read Bunny by Mona Awad. This I read in my reading the lowest rated horror, and I gave it 5 stars. Another very bizarre book. This is like Mean Girls meets The Craft. If you want a book that's just like gonna keep you guessing the whole time, definitely pick this one up. Then I read Lock Every Door by Riley Sager. I read this in my staying up at night reading spooky books vlog, and I ended up giving this 4 stars. I think that as far as a thriller, it was very predictable. Like, I wasn't surprised by anything, but it was so entertaining. I loved the plot, the story, the characters. I was very entertained the whole time. So even though it was predictable, I didn't really care. So yeah, I really liked this. Also in that video, I read The Cavern by Alistair Hodge, which I gave 4 stars. This was probably one of the scariest horror books that I've ever read. It follows an expedition into these undiscovered caves, and there's a very scary monster in there. That's kind of all you need to know. I mean, the cover, I feel like of any cover I've ever seen, this cover very accurately portrays what is going on in this book. I also did a paranormal romance reading vlog where I read 4 paranormal romances. So I read Sacrificed by Katie Robert, which is a vampire romance, and I gave this 4 stars. I read Mating the Huntress by Talia Hibbert, which is a werewolf romance, and I gave this 5 stars. I think I might have given it 5 stars. It was very entertaining. Then I read Awakened by Monty Boyce, which is a witch romance, and I gave this 4 stars. I really, really loved this one. And then lastly, for that video, I read The Necromancer's Bride, which I didn't even rate because it was the grossest book I've ever read in my life. If you would like to know my thoughts about any of those books, but specifically The Necromancer's Bride, definitely watch that video because it was a wild ride. So then the last 2 books that I had on my TBR, Maplecroft by Sherry Priest, I DNF'd. I might come back to this at some point, but I was reading it and I was very bored. I wasn't really enjoying the narration. I don't know. I just couldn't get into it. I had so many other books that I wanted to read, so I decided to just put it down. And then Plain Bad Heroines by Emily M. Danforth, I am currently reading. As you can see, I am 200 pages into it and I am loving it. Like, oh my god. This is definitely going to be a favorite at the end of the year. I'm not going to give any more of my thoughts right now because I am reading this for a video that you will see eventually. But just know, 200 pages in, amazing. Love it. That was how I did with my October TBR. Now moving on to November. I do have a couple read-alongs and readathons that I'm doing this month. The first is that I am a co-host for the Winter Night Trilogy read-along that was created by Meg from Meg with Books. So we are reading this trilogy over the next 3 months. So starting in November, we are reading The Bear and the Nightingale by Catherine Arden. I am so excited. I have been meaning to read this book for years. I feel like once a week somebody asks me if I've read this and I still haven't. This is Megan's like favorite series, so I am very excited that she asked me to take part in this read along, and I'm excited to read this with her and the other hosts. So I will link that information down below if you would like to join us. So in November we're reading The Bear and the Nightingale. December is the second book, which I think is The Girl in the Tower, and then January we're reading the last book. So this is definitely going to need to fit somewhere into my TBR. Additionally, I am buddy reading the European Travel For Monstrous Gentlewomen with Megan. So this is the sequel to The Strange Case of the Alchemist's Daughter, and I'm so excited to jump right into the sequel. It is a very long book. It's over 700 pages, but I'm very excited for this, so I'm gonna need to fit this somewhere onto my TBR this month. And then a readathon that I am participating in is the 1000 Doors readathon that is being hosted again by Megan, Emma from Drinking by My Shelf, and Tea Books and Tasman. So I will link all of that information also down below. This readathon sounds so amazing. I'm really excited for it. Basically, the concept is that it is a choose your own adventure type of readathon. I don't really know if I can fully explain it. They're giving prompts, and based on the books that you choose for a prompt, it's gonna lead you to another prompt. So everyone is gonna have their own journey through the readathon, and I'm very excited for it, but I am also very stressed because they don't give out the prompts ahead of time. You get the prompts like as you go, so I can't plan for this, which is kind of like driving me a little bit crazy because I'm very into structured chaos. So like, I like to have some sort of structure. I plan things, but then within that, I like to be able to move freely, but I need some kind of structure. So to not be able to plan for this readathon at all has been driving me a little bit crazy, but I'm very excited. So again, I don't know what I'm gonna be reading for that. So that one is like totally up in the air. Okay, with that all out of the way, now we're gonna get into choosing my TBR challenges. So if you're new here, basically every month I choose challenges out of this jar, and that is how I select my TBR. I have a giant list of challenges in here, ranging from the oldest books on my shelf to booktubers' favorites. There's tons of different challenges. So the first one is 5-star prediction. Bear and the Nightingale by Catherine Arden. I'm pretty sure that I talked about this in one of my 5-star prediction videos. I'm not gonna double check in case I'm wrong. But this is definitely a book I think I will be 5 stars. It sounds like something that I would love. It really gives me Spinning Silver vibes, which is one of my all-time favorite books. Basically, what I know about this is not a lot. I know that it's based on Russian folklore. There's this girl who lives like at the edge of this forest, and there's stories of this winter demon, and it's like magical and wintry. I don't know. You guys probably know what this is about better than I do, but I'm very excited to read this. Okay, next we have... Yes, okay. I have never picked this challenge and I've always wanted to. So I picked Phone a Friend. So basically for this one, I'm going to take a picture of these books, send it to one of my friends, and have them pick what I'm gonna read. Who should I send this to? Who would be by their phone right now? You know what? I'm gonna send it to Megan because I'm already buddy reading a book with her, doing a read along with her, participating in her readathon. So let's just like round it out and make this a whole Megan TBR. Wait, what time is it in the UK? Okay, no, we're good. Double checking I'm not sending this to her at like 3 a.m. Okay, so I just sent her a picture of the books. Oh my god, she's already typing. Okay, she's gonna send me a video picking the books. So we're gonna wait and come back when she sends me the video. I think she just sent it to me, so let's look. Like, I have a slight feeling I know what she's gonna pick because I do know that there's a couple books that on here that I think she gave 5 stars to, so like, there's a few ways this could go. Oh my god, why am I nervous?
Hi Riley! I'm struggling. I'm finding this really hard. By the way, if any of you don't know me, I'm Megan from Meg with Books. This is really hard. This is really, really hard because on there, I see Ninth House, which is one of my favorite books. Like, I love it. It's such a wonderful fantasy book and it's got such immaculate vibes for this kind of year. But I also see Catherine House, and I just read Catherine House and I also gave that 5 stars. I called it. And like, Catherine House is one of the weirdest books I've ever read. Like, it's so weird. Like, it's like so unhinged, so claustrophobic,
I love weird.
So nonsensical, but I loved it. And I know you liked Bunny recently. Am I right? Yes. Am I making that up? This will be edited out if I'm wrong. I think because I read it more recently and so my thoughts are more fresh, and so I really want to know what you think of it. And I also kind of want to put you through the torture that is reading it because it's so weird. I'm gonna pick Catherine House by Elizabeth Thomas for you. Prepare yourself for like the craziness that is about to go down. But
I'm ready.
I loved it, and I hope you're gonna love it too. Okay, bye.
Oh my god, okay. Okay. So she chose Catherine House by Elizabeth Thomas. Oh my god, I am so excited. You kind of threw me a curveball there, Megan. When you started the video, I was like, okay, she's definitely gonna pick Ninth House. I'm so excited. Okay, so all I know about this is that it is a dark academia gothic. I think it takes place in a school. A seductive gothic-infused suspense set within a secluded elite university and following a dangerously curious, rebellious undergraduate who uncovers a shocking secret about an exclusive circle of students and the dark truth behind her school's promise of prestige. That literally sounds like everything that I love. I am so excited. You guys know I like really weird, bizarre books. Also, this is like one of the lowest rated books on my TBR, which really intrigues me. I feel like I tend to really like books that people don't like. I don't know, I think a lot of the things in books that people generally don't like, I really love. So I'm just excited to read this and see what I think. So thank you so much, Megan, for choosing this book. So the next challenge is a book over 500 pages. So Children of Time, which is a sci-fi, and then European Travel for Monstrous Gentlewomen, which as much as I want to read this one, I have to choose this. I cannot have two giant books on my TBR this month. I just can't do it. So I will be choosing this book, which again is a Victorian murder mystery following a group of women who were subjects of very dark experiments, and they're now trying to track down this society of scientists who are doing very dark and sinister things. The first book was 5 stars, so I am very excited to read this. The next challenge is, whoop, I dropped it in there, but it was this one, Hyped. For this one, I have to pick a hyped book or just a book that people are talking about a lot. I think the 2 books on here that are the most hyped are Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo and The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab. These are both books from authors that I have read before and really loved their books. They're 2 very popular authors, arguably 2 of the most popular YA authors, but these are both adult books. I'm very excited for both of them. Oh, this is a toss-up. And I know the comments are gonna have very strong feelings about which one I pick. You know what? I think I'm gonna go with The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. Okay, final answer. So this follows a woman who made a deal with the devil and she now has eternal life, but she is cursed with nobody is able to remember her. So everyone that she ever meets forgets her as soon as she leaves. And this follows her over the course of like 300 years. Finally, one day she meets this guy who remembers her. So yeah, it sounds like something that I'm really going to enjoy. I really like books that are following somebody over like a long span of time. And like this is following her over 300 years. So that's about as long as it can get. I've heard very mixed things about this, but the people I know who loved this seem to be people who have very similar reading tastes to me. So I have high hopes. Next, this one, published before 2015. These are the 2 books that I have published before 2015. Actually, wait, did this say published in 2015? Okay, never mind. This was actually published in 2015. So this is The Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde. I don't think I need to fact check that this was published before 2015. When was this actually published? 1985. 1985? That doesn't sound right. Wait a minute. 1891, there we go. 1891 was the first original publication of The Picture of Dorian Gray. It's about this guy who wants like eternal life and to be young and beautiful forever. It is a classic. I don't read classics often, but I kind of want to read some of them, and this is one that has always intrigued me. I also really want to watch the movie with Ben Barnes because I've never seen that. But yeah, I'm very excited for this, and this edition is beautiful. Like, I just really love this edition. Okay, next. I don't know how many I'm gonna pick. Young adult. So I only have 1 young adult book on here, so that makes it easy. You Must Not Miss by Katrina Leno. I recently read Horrid by Katrina Leno and I really liked that, so I want to get more into her backlist books, and out of all of the ones that she's written, this sounded most like something that I would enjoy. So basically we're following this girl who has had a really rough life and she's been bullied, and her way of coping with that is she kind of escapes into this fictional world that she writes about, and in that world she writes stories getting revenge on her bullies, and then I think that those stories like bleed into reality and come true. I'm very excited for this, and if the story is anything like this beautiful cover, I think I'm really gonna love it. All right, I'm gonna pick one more. How many books do I have? I have 6. I normally do like between 6 and 8. So let's do one more and then I'll have 7. All right, we got published this year. So these are the only 2 I have that were published this year. We have Piranesi by Susanna Clark and Burning Roses by S.L. Huang. I'm gonna go with Piranesi. In my Come Book Shopping With Me video where I hauled this book, a lot of people in the comments were like very excited that I got it. So this is a very strange sounding book. I don't really know how to describe it to you, so I'm just gonna read a little bit. So it says, Piranesi's house is no ordinary building. Its rooms are infinite, its corridors endless, its walls are lined with thousands upon thousands of statues, each one different from all the others. Within the labyrinth of halls, an ocean is imprisoned. Waves thunder up staircases, rooms are flooded in an instant, but Piranesi is not afraid. He understands the tides as he understands the pattern of the labyrinth itself. There is one other person in the house, a man called the Other, who visits Piranesi twice a week and asks for help with research into a great and secret knowledge. But as Piranesi explores, evidence emerges of another person, and a terrible truth begins to unravel, revealing a world beyond the one Piranesi has always known. So that sounds very interesting, very strange, and again, like a lot of people have told me that I'm really gonna enjoy this, so I'm very excited for this one. So here are all of the books that I have for my November TBR. Once again, this is a stack of books that I feel like every single one could potentially be 5 stars. So definitely stay tuned for my reading vlogs in November of me reading some of these books. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!